words that have one morpheme. Words having one morpheme. Complex words, two or more. And the complex words, by nature, are of two types. One, words having affixes, and the second is words that have compounding, compound words. Now, affixes are of different types. Among these types, suffixes and prefixes. Now, compound words are two free morphemes combined together, resulting one morpheme. This is morphologically speaking. Now, in this lecture, we're going to talk about them in terms of phonology. Where should or could we put stress on these complex words? Now, first, could you remember the definition of stress? Stress? Yes? Mm?
It is a feature of syllable which has a dominant amount of energy.
Very good. A feature of the syllable, a phonological feature which has a prominent amount of energy. Good. Now, we talked about stress, where to put stress. Yes, in. Good. There are 3 points. Level of stress. Good. Yes, then we talked about where to put stress on simple words. Yes, and then we mentioned 4 parameters, 4 standards to be considered. Yes? Yes. Pitch, quality, length of the syllable, and loudness. Good. Now, the same procedure is going to be applied to what we are about to talk about. Yes, let's start with complex words. Complex words, we said that we have affixes. Now, when we have a complex word composed of an affix and a free morpheme, it will be a stem, morphologically, a stem plus an affix, which is either prefix or, yes, prefix, infix, or so. Now, let's have the word careless. Goodness. Careless. So, where is the stem in careless? Care. Good. How about less? Yes? Less. It is a suffix. So, good. Stem plus a suffix gives complex word. Good. Now, how about unimportant? Important is stem. How about Good. Now, these 2 words, where could we put stress on? Could we put it on the first syllable or the second syllable? Okay? Should we put stress in the word careless on care or on less? The same with the complex word unimportant, unpleasant. Should we put it on or pleasant. Okay, here we have three standards. Last lecture we agreed that there is no fixed rule. There is no fixed rule to such placement of stress. However, we have some kind of principles or standards. Now, these are three among these standards. Let's see. Number one, you have them in the book. Stress or primary stress on the affects. Yes, you have them in the book. Primary stress on the affects. Yes. Primary stress. Yes, suffixes carrying primary stress here. Look at me here, please. Suffixes carrying. Yes. Yes, in some complex words, the primary stress is on the suffix, not on the stem. It is on, yes. For example, who can find out examples? Yes, examples. Yes, yes. Yes, where is it? Yes, refugee. Yes, so refuge is the stem. How about G? The suffix. Now, where is the primary stress? We said on the suffix. Where is the suffix? Check it. Is it on G? Yes, so the primary stress is on the suffix G. Yes, we have, for example, circle. We have circle, and then we said semicircle. Where is the primary stress? Semicircle. So it is on sem. Yes, we have mountaineer. Mountain is a stem. And the morpheme, the bound morpheme ear, to be mountaineer, is a suffix. Now, where should we put the primary stress? On, I need all of you. On, it is here. Yes, on, ear, on the suffix, the second morpheme. We have, yes, Portuguese. Journalese, okay, and so on, Japanese, and so on. You see, the stress, the primary stress is on. Good. Then we have suffixes that do not affect stress, okay, or suffixes that have no effect at all. Okay, meaning that when we have a suffix, some kind of an affix, there is no influence, there is no effect at all on the stem. Okay, on the stem. Yes, let's have the examples. We have the suffix able. Like in the word comfort, comfortable. Comfort. You see, where is the primary stress? Check it, please. Where is the primary stress? On the first syllable. How about in comfortable? Where is the primary stress? Again, on the same syllable. So there is no effect. Whether we add this syllable, this suffix or not, there is no effect happened. Okay? Now check the second one. Age. Anchor, anchorage. Broker, brokerage, and so on. So there is no effect of the second syllable, which is the suffix added. Okay? Now, and the third one is primary stress remains on stem. Okay? Primary stress or suffixes that influence stress in the stem. Primary stress remains. Whatever we add, it remains. The primary stress remains on the stem. Let's have the word, for example, advantage. Advantage. This is the stem. How about adding EOS? Advantageous. Okay. Where's the primary stress? Okay. Advantageous. How about the first one without adding anything? The same, yes, the same second syllable. The same second syllable. It means that there is no influence, no effect. Okay? It has, yes. Very good. You see? Yes. So next point. Otherwise, what is the difference between the second and the third point? You see? We talked, the second point, there is no effect at all. There is no effect at all. How about the third one? There is some kind of, but where? On the stem, still on the stem. It remains the effect on the stem. Now, we talked about advantage. Where's the primary stress? On the second. How about in advantageous? On the third. Now, is that clear? Is that clear? Good. Advantage, or let's say, yes, others. Photo. Yes. Yes, the first syllable is primary stress. Now, photography. Yes, the second. Now there is a transfer, a movement from the first syllable in the first morpheme into the second syllable in the second complex morpheme. Okay? Yes. Now then, we talk about suffixes. Suffixes are the same as prefixes. Now, these three parameters are applied to the suffixes. There are too many. They are too many to be mentioned. Some of them are mentioned in the book just for reasons of clarification. Otherwise, they're the same as prefixes. Now, when we talked about affixes, we talked about both prefixes and suffixes. These three parameters are applied to both prefixes and suffixes. Now, I need you to remind me of them. Yes, what are these three? Yes, these three parameters. Yes, please.
Suffixes
Carrying
the stress in the primary stress and the complex one.
Good. Yes, thank you. Yes, two. Yes, who else? Yes. They're in the book. Yes. Very good. Suffixes that do not affect. Yes, and three. Yes. Influence in the stem. Good. Yes. Who can repeat them? Yes, Farah, please. Affixes. Yes. Good. Yes. Yes. Good. 3. Yes. Good. Yes. Now we come to compound words. Compound words. Yes. Again, morphologically speaking, compound words. Yes, compound words are composed of 2 free morphemes. 2 free morphemes. Now, how can we put stress on these 2 free? They are both free morphemes. Like if we say green, it's a free morpheme. House, again. How about greenhouse? Greenhouse. Both of them, by nature, yes, receive primary stress. What to do when they are one word? What to do when they are one word? Well, again, there are some kind of principles. No rules at all. No rules at all. Principles. When we talk about stress, it is a matter of principles. You know why? There are some facts, some pieces of research saying that language is initiated, yes, or was initiated first, spoken. Language was initiated first, spoken. And then after millions and millions of years, yes, it gets this form of culture, or what do you call it, writing. Now, since we have spoken language, then it is a characteristic of culture. Okay? Then since it is a characteristic of culture, then each group of people has its own parameters, how to talk, how to raise, how to lower their speech, where to stress and where not to stress. And since English is one of the language that has a lot of foreign words, then stress belongs to each words, each borrowed words, having the same stress of the native language from where they were borrowed. Okay? It might be confusing a little bit to you. However, we can elaborate on this later on. Let's come back to the compound words. Now, for the word, for example, greenhouse, I have it here. Comfortable, let's say. Greenhouse. Bad-tempered. Three-wheeler. Second class. All these are compound words. Yes. Here, again, we have only principles. We have only principles. Principles. We do not have rules. For example, when I have bad, where can we put the primary stress? Bad. It is one syllable. Yes. How about bad-tempered? Yes. What do you say? Yes. Why? Because it is one word. One word. Or the second one, three-wheeler. You know three-wheeler? Yes. عربانة مثل شوخ. Yes. So three-wheeler. Now again on the first syllable. On the first syllable. Three. Or second class. First class. Downgrade, and so on. Again, we have different types of. You can find them in the book. You can find them in the book. Sometimes if we have three is a number. Then words starting with three, compound words starting with, this is principle or so-called rule number one. Words starting with numbers having the first syllable stressed. The primary syllable is, the primary stress is on the first syllable, which is the number. Then, bad-tempered, if we have words like this, bad-tempered, that you just said the primary stress is on bad, which is unfortunately not. Yes, it is on the adjective tempered, which is mentioned here as well. Yes, when we have words starting with prepositions or adverbs like downgrade, yes, you can find it in the book as well. It is also, the primary stress is also on the second, yes, which is adjective sometimes, or a noun, okay? They're just a matter of principles. We cannot tackle the whole compound words. They have different kinds of having primary or secondary syllable stress, okay? Now, let's move to what is called variable stress. Now, I just told you about something about culture, language, accents. Each accent has its own characteristics. Each culture has its own characteristics. Now, within the same accent, within the same community speaking some particular dialect, there is a dispute or disagreement on where to put stress. Okay? And there are only two reasons why we have variable stress. Just minutes ago, I talked about Ibrahim. I said Ibrahim is a bad-tempered man. And then I said only bad-tempered. Now, normally, bad-tempered is, yes, stress primarily on temper, the adjective. Now, however, when I say Ibrahim is a bad-tempered, when I say a bad-tempered man, so stress, yes, is changed into bad. So bad-tempered here, the primary stress is on bad. It is not on tempered anymore. Why? Because there is some kind of context in which we put this compound word. You see? So this is reason number one, which is, yes? Variable, yes, sure, yes. So, reason number one, a result of stress on and other words occurring next to, we call them the context, effect of phonological context. It means that, for example, let's stick with Ibrahim. If Ibrahim is among his colleagues, what do you call him? Can you call him he's a son? So we call him he's a student. How about if Ibrahim is sitting among his family members? Yes, we call him he is a son or a family member. So The same, why? It depends on the context where he is in. Now the same, if the primary stress is on some particular syllable alone or in particular context, it has the primary stress on some particular syllable. If it is not, if it is inside or affected by the syllables preceding and the ones following, then it has different kind of primary stress on different position, on different place. Okay? We have, for example, bad-tempered. It is on normally on the second adjective, tempered, and if we put it in different context, or if the different context has some effect on it, it will be primarily different stressed on bad. We say a bad-tempered teacher or bad-tempered. You see? The second reason I just mentioned, in RP, and remember, we're dealing with RP English, received pronunciation, common pronunciation. Received pronunciation meaning common pronunciation, the pronunciation that received by most of English speakers, that is common by most of English speakers, that is acceptable, that is useful, acceptable by most English speakers. Now, you are part of the community speaking English, okay? So you should be involved with RP. According to the RP, not all people, not all speakers, not all accents agree on one particular placement or position to the primary stress. We have words actually like controversy. It is mentioned in the book, controversy. It is mentioned in the book, controversy. Some RP speakers say controversy. Some say controversy. You see, some put the primary stress on the first syllable. Others put it on the second syllable. Now what to do? It gives what is called again controversy, yes, because the meaning of controversy is applicable here. Okay? It gives variable stress. So we have to pay attention. Why variable? For two reasons. First, the phonological context, meaning that the effect of the other preceding or other following phonological syllables, and the second one is that not all RP speakers or RP accents agree on the same or on one positioning or placement of stress. Good. Now, if you go back to the next chapter, weak forms, okay? Weak forms. Here, we do not have much more to study. We have only a basic fact saying that there are some words normally they are pronounced with weak form, okay? some words normally pronounced with weak forms. Sometimes the same words, the very same words, are pronounced with stress, having stress. Words like of, the, for, that, okay? And they are only stressed when they're alone, when we want to concentrate on them, when they're alone. When in connected speech, they are pronounced, yes, unstressed, okay, completely weak. For example, if we say one of them, one of them. By the way, it is always stressed for most of the learners, of English learners. Sometimes we say, if I am a learner, I say some of them. Some of them, all of them. If I am a native, I would say some of them. Some of them. You see? So where is it of? There's no stress at all. It is weak. I came for you. Or I came for you. I came for you. You see? If I want to concentrate on this for, then I'll pronounce it with strong syllable, strong level. It will be a strong syllable. If I do not want to concentrate on for itself, I'll say I came for you. For. Okay? Some of them. One of them. Okay? I like this. I like that. Or sometimes I said that you should go. You see this? That with schwa, that I said that you should go. Or I said that you should go. I said that you should go. I said that you should go. In connected speech, most of these words you can find most of them in the book, and a lot of them you can fortunately learn them by listening, by exposing to the native speakers of the language, and to find out where you should stress and where you shouldn't. As I said, there is no fixed solid rule to where to put stress or primary stress. So you should study these words. By the way, when these words are weak, whatever the phoneme is, it becomes schwa. For example, with fo, which is long o, it becomes fe plus with a, of, with short a, it becomes schwa. All weak forms are getting schwa, okay? Schwa. The whole chapter is about this one fact. This fact, okay? Now, this is theoretically. Now, let's have some words. Yes? Again? Careless, yes. Careless. Yes. Where is the stem? Here. Yes, here. Stem. And here? Suffix. Which is bound morpheme, by the way. Yes. Here we would have, yes, stress on, yes, careless, unless. Yes, number one. This is when we have stress on, we have primary stress on. Do we have here stress? Yes, we do. We have secondary stress. Okay, put it like this. Now, this is number one. Number two, who can remind me of it? Yes? Yes? Number two, yes, suffixes that do not affect. Yes, for example, we have comfort. Primary stress on. Good. How about comfortable? Still on the first. This is number two. Good. Number three, suffixes. Yes, influence stress in the stem. Not here, in the stem. Let's have, yes? Photo, yes? Photograph, good. Photo. Yes. Graph. Photography. Photography, yes. First. Photo alone. Yes. On the first. Good. How about when we have it photography? Good. Photo. Yes. You see? And this is primary. Secondary here. Primary and here. Now, where on the stem. On the stem. The effect is on the stem. Okay? Now the same matter is applicable to prefixes and suffixes. Okay? Now let's move to compound words. Compound words. If we talked about compound words, then meaning that we have two, three morphemes. Meaning that two syllables or two words with syllables having stress, having primary stress. Let's have bad, tempered. Yes, bad, tempered. Now, alone. Yes, alone, we have it on the adjective. So one principle is that when having words like this, bad-tempered, well-educated, and so on, it is on the second adjective. Primary stress on, how about this? Does it have stress? Yes, it is. Now, sometimes we have words like third or second class. Second class. Now, compound words starting with numbers like this are primarily stressed on the first element or syllable. Okay? And here. Yes. Now. Yes? On class here? Yes? Is it mentioned like this? Yes. So, yes, when we have numbers. When we have numbers, then the second part, second class. Yes, the second part is primarily stressed, while now when we have prepositions, yes, please check it out, please. Check this.
Yes, compounds in which the first element is a number in some form also tend to have final sequence.
Good.
Final
Yeah.
sequence.
Yes. So final. Now, sometimes we have prepositions, adverbs, and the like down. Yes. Grade. Downgrade. Now, how about this? Yes, we put primary stress on grade again. Okay, these are only principles. Otherwise, you have a lot of irregularities to these if you take them as rules. Okay? Now, sometimes syllable is varied. Sometimes stress placement is variable. Okay? Because one, the effect of another syllables on the syllable in a question. You know this in a question? Yes. يعني المقطع المعني أو الذي نتكلم عنه يسموه in question. Okay? الذي نحن بصدده هيك يعني. So the effect of another syllable or syllables on the syllable in question. For example, as we said, if we have bad, tempered, normally it is in here, okay? But if we have a bad, tempered teacher, it will be, okay? See? Yes. Now, number two, reason number two, not, yes?
Of the learner does not agree of
Good,
the
yes.
placement of
Good, yes. Not all RP speakers agree on where to put stress. Yes, for example, words like controversy.
Ice cream.
Yes, controversy. Controversy. Okay, controversy. Sometimes some of them, yes,
Speakers.
some speakers say controversy.
Yes.
Okay? Primary stress is on the first syllable. The first syllable. Others put it on the second syllable. Controversy like this. Controversy.
For example.
Okay? Controversy. Yes. Now for these two reasons, for these two reasons, we will have variable stress. Okay? Variable stress. Yes, who can repeat these two reasons? Yes? Zaid, can you? These two reasons? Yes? Why stress is variable? Yes?
The effect of another
Yes.
syllable.
It is variable because of two reasons. Number one,
The effect on other syllables.
good.
In question.
Good.
Bad temper.
For example, bad temper. Normally,
A
the
bad temper.
second part of this compound word is
It's
primarily stressed.
stressed.
Primarily stressed.
Primary stress.
While,
We added a bad temper.
very good,
The
yes.
first syllable.
If there is an effect of another
Another word.
syllable or word, yes?
It's the first syllable carrying the prime stress.
Yes. Good.
Number two.
Number two, not
Not
all.
RP speakers agree on where to put stress.
Good. For example, the word controversy, yes.
Controversy. And
Some speakers,
put the primary stress on the first syllable.
good. Other speakers
Put the primary stress in the second syllable.
on the second syllable. That's why we have variable stress. Okay? Yes. Now the last thing is weak forms. As I said, can I move this? As I said, that there are some can I remove this too? Yes. As I said, it is only one fact that in connected speech, in connected speech, okay, many words become weak. Okay? Become weak. Or they are weak, or they are already weak. Sometimes when intending to focus on these, let's say, words or syllables, I should say, words, they become stressed, or strong. Okay? For example, words like the. It is the weak. Okay? Weak. Or the. The strong. for, f, or for, strong, of, and you can find most of them in the book. You can find most of them in the book. Now, why do you think we have these words weak? Why? Yes? Very good. Because normally the nature of a human being is that when in connected speech we try to convey only the content words, what we want to say. Okay? Even in Arabic, in Persian, in almost all languages. Okay? In connected speech. And we are, as a human being, are naturally speaking connectedly. Okay? Now, who can tell me why do we have weak forms? Yes, Kamara, please. Why do we have weak forms? Yes? We have weak forms. Good, because in connected speech, yes, we do not always focus on some words. And if we intend to focus on such words, then yes, then we pronounce them with stress, strong syllable. Okay? Yes. Now, is that clear? That is the end of this lecture. Next time we will start with another